action!
Amy and Simon stand near the back of their class in the shadowy chambers of an Egyptian pyramid. Their school trip has brought them on a tour of a burial chamber of an Egyptian pharaoh.
To speak the names of the dead is to make them live again.
Simon, what are you doing? Pay attention.
Throughout the tomb, and especially when we enter the burial chamber, we must refer to the mummy as the king or pharaoh. Is that understood?
Simon, I think you're missing important stuff. I read about this on the internet before we left for the trip. It's kind of a curse or something.
These hieroglyphics are strange, very strange.
Come along, children. Step lively. We're leaving the virtual shaft and heading toward the burial chamber.
The students begin to file out of the room behind the tour guide. I only need a few more minutes to figure out what it says.
Simon, we don't have a few more minutes. Everyone's leaving. Honestly, sometimes I think you actually want to get left behind, just so you can explore and figure more things out.
I've got it! It says here they pulled the mummy's brain out through his nose.
Yuck! No wonder the tour guide didn't include that in his speech. Uh-oh, everyone's almost gone. Keep up, kids. We don't want anyone getting lost.
Amy and Simon duck into the line. Just before Miss Crabwalk notices them lagging behind, class goes up a wide flight of stairs, down a narrow corridor, into another chamber. Wow, here are some more pictures on the wall. Look, this one's of a huge bug.
Simon, come on.
Now gather around, students, and take a look at these hieroglyphics here. These explain the pharaoh's relationship to the gods. The ancient Egyptians believed that the pharaoh was directly appointed by the gods and was their representative on earth.
Here's something about ships and the going into darkness.
Shh. Before us is the burial chamber, where the mummy of the great king lies. Enter if you dare.
The students become silent as the tour guide disappears into the darkness of the chamber, and they file, single file, inside a red stone coffin is coming in view. The room is tiny, and students crowd together around the coffin.
Now we'll just slide the top off the coffin aside and get a look at the mummy.
Several students shriek as the shriveled face of the mummy appears. In a push and shove, Amy... Hold on. Amy is shoved appears. In the push and shove to get closer, the body of Amy is squeezed to the outside. He finds Simon crouching in the corner reading the biggest Egyptian book.
Whoa! What is that? Hey, is that a picture of a pharaoh? Why is he in a robe?
I'm working on it. I believe they're traveling in the underworld.
Cool.
Suddenly, Amy notices the sound surrounding.
Oh no! Everyone's gone, Simon. Come on! We're going to get in trouble with Mrs. Crabwalk. Simon, I mean it.
But I figured it out. The picture shows how King Amenhotep II went in some kind of solar-powered boat on his way to the sun god.
Simon.
Gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep us here so long. But don't worry, Mrs. Crabwalk won't notice that we're gone if we hurry.
You said his name.
Whose name? You mean King Amenhotep?
Shh! Stop saying it, Simon. Don't you know that if you speak the name of the dead, you make them live again? Weren't you listening when the tour guide told us?
Oh no! How could I be so stupid? I even read about it in this book, right here. Simon fumbles with the book, and suddenly the dead.
Huh. Well, I guess it really is just a superstition. Come on, we better get back to our tour.
Just as Amy and Simon are about to leave, a low squeaking noise stops them in their tracks. They slowly turn around and watch in horror as the lid of the sarcophagus begins to open.
This can't be happening!
We're going to get in so much trouble. How are we going to get him back to sleep?
I'll bet it's in the book.
Simon dashes into the burial chamber to get the book, but once he's in the corner, the mummy stands up. Simon has no way out.
Here, over here, Mommy.
Amy manages to distract the mummy just long enough for Simon to dash out of the burial chamber. The two run as fast as they can down the narrow corridor and duck behind a pillar by the stairs.
What are we going to do now?
Don't worry, I'll figure it out. Just keep an eye out for the mummy while I search the book for the answer. He doesn't seem to be able to move too fast.
Amy crouches down while Simon frantically flips through the book.
I think I found something.
Too late. Here it comes. We have to get out of here. Now.
Amy and Simon race down the stairs, finally ending up in the room where the tour began.
I don't think he saw us. Oh, no.
But the mummy falls on into the next chamber they run, dashing behind another pillar in the back of the room.
Darn it! There's a page missing from this book. And it looks like just the page we need. But I know I've seen those pictures somewhere.
Are you kidding? Simon, if you can't solve this problem, then we're really going to be in trouble. Why did you have to be staring at the pictures on the wall instead of listening to the tour guide's warning? If you'd been paying attention, we wouldn't be in this mess.
That's it! The pictures in the ritual stack are the pictures we need to read to put the money back. Thank you so much, Amy.
Simon dashes out of the room and heads back to the ritual shack.
Wait for me!
Simon has his notebook out and frantically writes as he tries to translate the hieroglyphics.
Quick, Amy, write this down.
Amy writes the words as Simon figures them out of the jumble of the pictures on the wall.
We have to lure the mummy back into the burial chamber. Once he's there, we'll repeat this chant to make him go back to sleep. Of course! I sure hope he curls inside his sarcophagus before he falls asleep. Otherwise we'll have to pick him up and put him in there ourselves.
What? Ew. I don't want to touch the mummy. The mummy, it's back!
The mummy lurches down the stairs. When Simon and Amy have enough room, they dash by it and run back up the stairs into the corridor.
It's working. He's following us. And he seems to be going a lot faster. I guess he's wide awake now.
They run all the way back into the burial chamber where Simon takes his notebook and waits for the mummy to arrive. The mummy grunts and stops into the chamber.
King of kings, Pharaoh of the land, lie down and rest in the burning desert sand.
Simon, it doesn't seem to be taking effect. Read the second verse.
In the red sarcophagus you were kept for 3,000 years of slumber. Return now to the place you slept and back to your time of wonder.
The mummy stops, rubs its eyes, and yawns.
It's working. He's getting back into the sarcophagus.
The two wait for a full minute. After the mummy lies back down and they tiptoe over to the sarcophagus and close the lid.
Okay, now we've got two more problems. First, we have to find our way out of this pyramid. And second, we have to sneak back into our class before Miss Crabbuck notices that we're gone.
Problem number 1. Solved. There's a map of the pyramid in this book.
And Simon and Amy dodge down tunnels and through the chamber. Finally slowly emerging in the hot desert air. Miss Crabwalk is there, counting students in the line of students, and she is almost halfway to the end.
Quick, we're just in time. 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, everyone's here. Let's get on the bus.
Once, on the bus, Amy and Simon quickly fall asleep. They don't hear a word the tour guide says.
Once we get there, I must warn you that you should never look directly into the eyes of this statue of Olympus. I can't tell you what might happen if you do.